Hey guys, this is Scott Bowling from Good Company with my friend Madonna. You need to definitely check out a show that's amazing. Live and Loud with Lord Nelson. Yeah.
With the Lord, have the vibe, full aboard, free of charge, can't afford to miss it, we won't be ignored. No need for knocking, come on in, bring your family and your friends, got you deep in tuning in, you two watching or listening. Music is the major topic, enjoy audio erotic, when the merch arrives, no copy, help me monetize and profit, mix the genres up like salads, rock to reggae, brace the balance.
Turn it up. You're listening to Live and Loud with the Lord Nelson, that is.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, you know who it is. It's the big guy with the big show. Yes, indeed. It's yours truly, the Lord Nelson, that is. For the podcast, Live and Loud with the Lord on the CMS Network with 555 Royals Entertainment. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, you know how I do. I've got to have some special guests on here. This guy right here is an amazing young man, and I'm so honored to have him here. He's one of the big podcasters of the world. He's one of the best podcasters out there. Now, he'll be humble about it, but the way that he handles his business is truly great, and we'll dig into that. He's a husband, he's a father, he's an entrepreneur, truly a businessman. And this young man right here is just one of the great human beings of the world. That's who he is. That's my perspective. That's how I feel about it. And I'm just so thankful to have him here. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Mr. Scott Bowling from the Good Company podcast. Yeah. That's my guy, man.
That's a good intro, man.
Hey man, it's all about you, baby.
I'm looking in the background right now and I'm seeing all the stuff that Yeah, I'm recognizing some things back there. That backpack, some props.
You help me with my ambiance, man.
Some decor back there, yeah.
And I thank you for it. Yes, indeed, man. So I'm glad that you noticed it, man. Yes, indeed.
Oh, yes, sir.
So I like to start off every conversation with the first question. The question is, where are you from, young man?
Originally I'm from Lawrenceville area. I lived there since I was about, teenager, Lilburn, Georgia, over there. So my parents moved further north because of the lake, which I live on now. So, nostalgic. So I had to live on the lake because I basically grew up on the lake. So yes, from Lilburn, Georgia.
So what's great about being from there?
What's great? Well, I spent my first 14 years there. Met some I still have friends that I met back then. Nothing that great. I was an awkward teen. So it is what it is. I grew up playing baseball. So, I had some friends I still keep in contact with, but, nothing special. It is a lot crazier now, as you know, that way. Atlanta is slowly moving up north. And we're starting to feel it now in Gainesville. So,
I got you. But living on that lake, man, is I see you out there with your kids and doing your thing, man. It's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah. They still fight on the lake, but I'm like, shut up. Let me take this photo. Let's, smile. Okay, now get back to fighting each other. Yeah. Siblings fight no matter how nice the scenery is. You can be at Disney and they're fighting. I'm talking about my kids, not everybody's kids.
It's all love. Well, listen, speaking about family, though, man, I thank you for welcoming my family to your humble abode. And
oh, your family's beautiful.
Thank you. And we just had such a great time there. And it was very memorable for all of us. We still talk.
Wow.
We really do. So thank you for your hospitality and having me, man. So
thank you, man. You know what?
About you, man.
Oh yeah.
I get a little emotional about stuff that I love, man. So you are a definite lover of music, and you're swimming in it with a winner's mentality like Michael Phelps. You're in it. So is your love of music an extension of your parents having a love for music, or did it come from somewhere else?
Oh wow, it came from, when you say that, my parents do love music. I mean, they're not, they're the average they listen to music on the radio.
Okay.
My love for music probably came from two people, which would be my mom, first of all, because she always listened to a lot of music, a lot of whatever was popular on the radio.
Right.
And my brother, who is 5 years older than me, so he was listening to. I always like, I've always been that way where I look to people older than me to what they're listening to, and I'm like, oh, that's the cool stuff to listen to. And so my brother would introduce me to music, and so I always thought he was cool. You know, he's older than me. He's the cooler older brother. So I'd say him and my mom. You know,
Yeah.
For sure.
So they got you. So is it just you and your brother, or you have any sisters, or it's just you two?
just me and my brother, just one sibling. Yeah,
Two boys, 5 years.
two
old.
boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the baby, man.
Oh God, yeah. Always.
I'm the baby boy. I have a younger sister.
Really?
But I always tell them that I'm the baby of the family, regardless.
Oh, okay, so we have that in common, right? Yeah. Regardless, you're the baby. Yeah,
100%. So
I'm default. Yeah.
How often do you listen to new music, or are you still bumping your throwback playlist? Because I know I do.
Wow, you know, I am getting old because I'm going back to that, like, you know, listen to what you grew up listening to, and you know, it gets better too for me. Like, you know, I listen to the stuff I used to listen to, and that gets better. But I'm trying to listen to new stuff, and what I catch myself doing is listening to, like, for instance, Papa Roach. I listen to Papa Roach. They're you know, they came out a long time ago, but they're still putting out new music. So I find myself listening to new music from artists that I'm already comfortable with. But not always. I need to get out of my comfort zone and just sit down and listen to music. But you know what it is when you're relaxing, you want to listen to something you're comfortable with, and that's a part of getting old, man. You know, I gotta work on that.
That nostalgia, man, it takes you back, as I always say.
Absolutely.
It's a time machine. It takes you back to something that was like, you know, whether it was a sad moment, a happy moment. But, you know, there's nothing better than music when it comes to that, man. It just takes you through all kinds of emotions, man. So,
yeah, man.
There's nothing better than music, man. And I think you love it like I love it, man.
I love everything, just like you. I mean, I know your palette is wide. You got
very wide. Yes, indeed. Yes.
Yeah.
So your podcast, Good Company with Bowling, is on another level. So was this always your vision of how you have things?
No. You know, it's funny. When I first got the idea was I was seeing Stuck Mojo in the reunion show 2014.
Yeah.
I think it was 2014. Yeah. And backstage, I was talking to Rich Ward.
Atlanta, Georgia. I said Atlanta, Georgia. We are the fabulous Stuck motherfucking Mojo.
You, Mr.
Yes, I'm Mr. Egg.
Here's your TNT.
Are you ready?
And I barely knew anything about podcasting, and he was talking about what he listens to, and I was like, wow, that's really cool. And then I started kind of diving into podcasts, and I found a couple of guys that were about my age doing podcasts, like Talk to Me.
Right.
He was the first guy, but anyway, I was thinking I can do that just like how we are doing, just a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But if you see behind me, one of my best friends, Kurt Thomas, is like, dude, your scenery is so appealing. You need to have that on camera.
Yes.
But I didn't envision me doing on camera stuff,
Really?
So originally I was just going to do how we're doing. And
Really?
so he had a friend that had a camera, and they came over, and it kind of went from there. The first year was just one guy filming my show. So
I got you.
just one guy doing the or not iMovie or some kind of, I can't remember the app now. It just shows you how much I know, right? Hey, Lord, look what I'm drinking, man. Liquid Death.
So listen. You see
Yeah.
that one right there? It's out of my reach right now, but I have one right there. Right there. I still have it. I had my wife went out and bought me a few cases of it. No, she went and bought me a few cases of it. And that same can that you have, which is the mango,
Yes.
There. It's out of my arm's reach, but it's right there.
Dude, my favorite story, man, is you looked at it when you came over to my house. I love this story. And you're like, liquid death. I said, it's no alcohol. And you said, what percent liquid death? What percent water is that? It was good.
Man. When you're not a drinker, man, it's just like.
Yeah. You got to be a little cautious,
Yeah, I gotta be a little cautious with something that says liquid death, man. So, I follow them now on Instagram and stuff, and I laugh at them because, people are always saying something about liquid death. Who would want to drink liquid death or whatever like that? But it's really a great product. It really is.
Yeah.
So
Right on.
you said Joshua Toomey, or Talk Toomey.
Yes, he's the man.
And also Chris Aiken. Yeah, they both definitely are. And Chris Aiken of the Classic Metal Show were some of your podcast inspirations. You and I had this conversation. So what is it about the podcast platform that excites you so much?
Oh, we're talking about being nostalgic and getting older. When I discovered Talk to Me, or Joshua Toomey,
What is up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of Talk to Me here on NotFest.com. As always, I'm Joshua Toomey, joined by the one and only Chris Aiken. Chris, how are we doing?
Oh, splendid.
he's a couple of years older than me, but when I started checking out his podcast, he was talking about all the bands I grew up listening to.
Right.
He was in Prime 55, and I saw them a million times back in the day. So instantly I gravitated towards that. I'm like, this is what I was into. It kind of brought back a lot of memories, and so is with Aiken, I was listening to classic metal show.
Well, here's a guy that probably knows a thing about coffee, too, because he certainly knows everything there is to know about podcasting. It's the one and only. It is Scott Bowling. Scott, how are you, man?
Good. What's going on?
What's happening, man? It's good.
Welcome.
Good to
Dude.
talk to you once
Oh.
again.
It kind of snowballed though. Like I started getting obsessive because I'm obsessive already with music. That's always been my thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that answers your question, but with Toomey, yeah, I was looking like whatever Toomey was listening to, I was listening to, and then kind of, that's what happened. I blame Toomey for all this.
Listen. Josh is that guy also, and I just know that when I interviewed him, and I don't like to say interview, I like to say we're having a conversation, man, because it's like I just feel like we're all family. So when I was having a conversation with him, he was just like, "Nah, man, you gotta holler at Chris Aiken." He's like, "Chris is a fan, man. He's a Stuck Mojo fan. He's a fan of yours." And I was just like, "Seriously?" And then when I went out there to check Chris out, I looked at him and I was just like, "Why does he look so familiar to me?" And then I was like, Cleveland. And I was like, we did a show in Cleveland. And I said, I remember us talking to this guy. So,
at the show?
Yeah, at the show, after the show. And so he was talking with us and talking to Rich. And I was just like, he looked so familiar because I'm good on faces. I'm really good on faces. I look people in their faces. I'm good on faces. And I was just like, so when I talked to him, I was like, Chris, I want to have you on my show. I was like, did we meet in Cleveland at the show? He was just like, yeah, I talked to you guys. I'm like, yes, indeed, man. And so Chris is my guy, man. We had a great conversation. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, but was Toomey and Chris, you interviewed them both on your show?
Yes, I have.
I have to check that out. For some reason, I think I missed that.
Yeah, I was green with it, but I had first conversation with Josh. We had a great conversation because Josh is just so cool, man. And
yeah, man, that's awesome.
And then he hooked me up with Chris, and then Chris and I had a great conversation, man. It's just good, man. Listen. As my man Relentless says from the band Vengeance in Napa, California, he and John Winters, Hell B is his name, who's with I Declare War, and who's he out with? But anyway, I'm going left field. But anyway, they always say about, as I told you before, about being a good human being. And so those guys, as well as yourself, guys are good human beings. I don't get nothing else but that from you. And that's the aura that's around you. And I just had the utmost respect for you guys. And so I'm thankful that music brought me to you guys and that I was able to meet you guys because I feel like I'm better for it. And I'm just being honest about it, So I once again, I thank you, man. just one of those
Dude, I think you are good people. like you, if this is a club, you're on top, man. You know, like we should all look up to you.
And,
You set the record,
look
man.
at this guy right here. Look at him. He's good, right? I'm telling you guys, he's good. So you have an amazing personality, as we just saw right there. And,
Yeah.
and a calmness to you that puts your guests at ease. So where did that come from?
Oh, you know, I don't know. The calmness is natural. You know, I don't have to I don't think about it. I'm not like, I gotta be calm. You know,
Right.
I do. However, a lot of the interviews now going back feel like a dream because when I have these people coming over, like Corey Lowry, for example, or Bones, all these guys that we know, I don't want to psych myself out. So I almost have to pretend that it's not going to happen. It's going to happen, but I just have to, you know what I mean? I have to put myself in a mindset so I don't get nervous and freak out. So when you see me calm, that's me just trying to it's like, here we go. I just have to put myself in a mind frame or some mindset, but I've always been calm, and I love listening to people. I love people, that have a lot of, in general, I like hearing stories, and that's why I guess I if I come across calm, it's just because I'm just happy to be there, so, yeah.
No, great answer, man. I understand it clearly. I really do. So you've had some of the biggest names in music in your studio. So has this presented any challenges for you when it comes to scheduling your shows? Because once again, you do it differently, and I know Chris has talked with you about it. Also, you have people in studio. Not that you have people right there in front of you.
There, in the flesh.
Yeah, in the flesh. So how challenging has that been?
Okay, so it is challenging, but I've learned over time. The flights are challenging when people fly in and fly out, and so one learning experience I've had is a couple interviews. People want to just get in and out. They want to fly in, do the interview, and fly out. That doesn't work. It took me years to realize this because people are rushed when they get here. They got to rush to get out. Right. So planning is a big thing. So I try to just tell people, if you're flying in, fly in on a Friday, fly home on a Sunday. It's got to be an all weekend thing, man. More time to. Anyway, it is challenging. I have 2 kids, so that's another thing. I have to, and you know what? It's a crew. I have 4 or 5 people. So I have 4 or 5 people that have to all commit to say, yes, I can be here on this date. I have the artist that has to commit. I have my wife and kids. Now, when that day comes, you talk about stress. We're both followers, right? We believe, I do a lot of praying like, God, this is in your hands because I got all this stuff lined up, So when it happens, and it's always happened. So thankfully it's worked out.
And I like when you say that because I am exactly the same way. It's like, it hasn't happened yet. So I'm waiting for it when it does happen, and then it's like,
yes, Steiner.
Yeah, then you can truly exhale.
That's why I'm calm. When you see me calm, I'm like, yes, we're all here. Let's go.
Indeed. So you have a great team that works with you. And
amen. I do.
And so how important are they to the success of good company?
Oh, 100%. I mean, I lucked out with Nathan Mowry, and I always say Nathan, but we have a crew. We have Taylor, and Julian, and Isaac. We have different people on the show, but they were friends with Nathan, and Nathan has good instincts with people, and he just knew that, you know it is. You have people that you can count on, and he just put together this team, and we've been working together for 5 years, and we all are on this email chain, and they're the best. I mean, they're 100% legit people, good people. That's important, working with good people. I couldn't imagine doing this. Yeah.
I'm going to say they're great people, man.
Oh yeah, you met them. Yeah, them.
And just every one of them, I was just like, man, they were just all in tune. You guys have it locked down of what you do, and so you make everybody's like, okay, put your makeup on and get this right. Look, I'm still working on one of my guys, Cabo San, Lucas. I like to mention him. He's my guy. He's like, man, when you get your lighting right, I want to see your face. And I was just like, man, this is not good company yet. I'm not there yet, bro. I said I'm working on it though, man. I said I'm working on it. I said I got to talk to this guy, man, to make it. I said I got some nice lights here. He said, but yeah, man, I want to see your face. I want to see. I was like, I'm working on it, man. I got you. I hear you. I gotta have that conversation with Scott to see what I need to do to make it even.
Oh, it looks good. Yeah, it looks good.
No, that's just me. That's not the lighting.
That's just you.
Yeah,
that's what I meant. Yeah.
As I say, I'm so pretty. I'm jealous of myself. You know.
Oh yeah. Me too. I got that same problem. You know.
Yeah. And I was gonna say, as you said before, the hair, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. That's all I got. I work with what I got. Yeah. I interviewed Jacoby from Papa Roach, and he has hair that's taller than mine, and I was like, we're going over hair, tips and everything.
Oh my goodness, man! But yeah, no. What it is, big up to your team, man. Those guys and gals are definitely top notch, top shelf. And
thank you. I'll tell them you said that.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Had a great time there. So on the outside looking in, you've obviously achieved your goals as a successful podcaster. That's my perspective. I believe you are. So
absolutely. Yeah.
Are you still looking for bigger and better? And if so, what does that look like to you?
Well, this year is kind of this year it's interesting. I'm changing it up a little bit. I'm going to be doing more podcasting like this.
Right.
Just in the meantime, we'll probably get back to our bigger productions, later on this year, if not 2024.
Right.
So I am definitely looking for bigger artists. With this kind of platform that me and you are doing, I think it'll be a lot easier to do.
It is.
And I'm not saying that I'm not going to be working with the Nathan Mowry and the guys. That's the Kind Punk crew. I'm still going to be working with them. However, I'm going to be doing more interviews like this. And so bigger and better interviews, definitely. I got some ideas, and so we'll see what happens. I'm really looking forward to it.
No, that's an awesome thing. And I know, just like Chris spoke about, yes, the way that you have your production is big.
Oh, yes.
It needs to be on a bigger platform, just like Chris said.
Oh yeah, when he was talking about Access TV, I was like, yeah, you want to help me out there? That's tight,
No, and listen, and Chris has connections too, man. So you might want to really look into that. But no, just like he said, the platform, it seems like it should be. But you have loyal followers. You have everything about what you got going on is great, and so just doing podcasts the way that we do them, and which it is cool, and I know I have. Podcast tomorrow with Raheem from Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5.
Whoa, that's awesome.
Yeah, those kind of things that are just coming, man. And I'm just thankful to you guys, because you guys have motivated me more than you would even understand. And I'm just truly thankful and grateful that I was able to see what you guys do and mimic you guys in a certain, in some ways. I can't go out there and be just like you, but I definitely mimic some of the things that you guys have done.
Oh, that's great, man.
Super appreciative, man.
No. I listen to your music, so I'm appreciative that you're talking to me. That's amazing.
And me and my boy Matt Acevedo of Plastic Catastrophe, Lord Nelson. So we're about to release a single here soon, and we've got another album or two of material.
Really?
Yeah, we're just trying to figure out what we're going to do, man. The music scene is so different now, so we're just trying to figure out what we need to do. But it's all love. It'll be coming soon, young man.
I can't wait.
Yeah. So I see that you're a great husband and father. So how important is it to you to still make time for your loved ones when the podcast can take up so much of your time?
So yeah, the podcast. I mean, really, it takes up. When we do these, it takes up an afternoon of it. But other than that, it's not too. I can still spend time with the family. It's funny. My son got a PlayStation for Christmas, and wow, I went from like the cool guy we hung out all the time to now I'm like, he's like, Dad, get out of here. I'm like, from a PlayStation, I just went from here to like I'm going down here. I don't know if you experienced anything like that. Like, geez. But my daughter's the same way. I mean, it is challenging with all this technology of like, how do I fit into your schedule?
Well, I'm going to tell you something. As they get older, they're going to still appreciate Dad, because my three, they truly still.
Oh yes, dude. You're a great father, man.
We really did everything together, from them playing sports and us just going everywhere and doing things. It was like just like you, and I see you. And you're out there on your pontoon and you're hanging out with your kids and stuff like that, man. Those are memories that they will never ever forget.
Oh, thank you.
They'll come back to it because when we get together during holidays and stuff like that, we reminisce and laugh and clown and it's just beautiful. And then once again, just the time machine of life and those memories are
Wow, did you ever coach your kids growing up? I mean, what you
not like
in
that.
sports?
Well, we were always around other people that did a better job. Now there's
No, yeah.
I like to say like my youngest daughter, the twin, she played on a basketball team and the coach had to leave and he was just like, hey, could you take over for me? So they were bad. I mean, terrible. So I took it over and we went from worst to first and won the championship.
No way. Wow, congratulations.
It was it was just some rec league stuff, but listen, I can hold my head on that, man, because it was just crazy. It was crazy, and I was just like, this is what we're going to do. I peeped all these other teams out here. This is what we're going to do. And listen, it was beautiful. But anyway,
You did.
man,
No, man, you did like a Remember the Titans. You're like Denzel, man. They could have made a movie after you, man.
Hey, man, listen, and they will. They're gonna write a book and make a movie, man. It's gonna be so, if you could pull someone back that has left us and have them on good company, who would it be?
Oh yeah, well, instantly I think Kurt Cobain because I was a Nirvana kid, but I mean he's like just. That instantly I think that, but yeah, I know a lot of people would probably argue about that because you can bring back anybody. You can bring back Prince, or Prince would be one too, man.
I got you, man.
Michael Jackson, there's so many, but Kurt Cobain was my 13-year-old like
that's you,
I'm not worthy.
Yeah.
But there's a million people. I mean, if you gave me like a list of 5, I could throw in some more.
I'm gonna say,
who would you say?
Whew, he pulled the podcast hosting on me, man.
Oh yeah.
Listen. Once again, I love so much music. I don't know. I never got to see, even though he's a Nelson like I am, I never got to see Prince.
That's amazing. Me either.
I really wanted to see Prince. I would probably bring Prince back. And I just, Michael Jackson, amazing artist, singer, dancer. Prince was just something extra to me. Not just that he was a Nelson, which is a big thing. But he was something super special. And when he passed, I cried.
Really?
When Michael Jackson passed, I was sad. When Tupac passed, I was sad. Biggie passed, I cried. I mean, and I watched all day long Prince because he was like such a big part of so much music was, but Prince was like, man, he just had something during that time when I was growing up. Prince was just, Michael Jackson was there, but Prince was.
That was your guy.
Oh my goodness, man!
That's amazing.
There's no doubt, man. So you big Stuck Mojo fan. You've had
Rich on, huge. I've had Stuck Mojo on.
You had Corey on. And once again, I thank you. Even though I wasn't the first lead singer, man, you still brought me in there, man, and I appreciate it.
Of course.
But just having those conversations with those guys, and those guys are some of my. I mean, we might not talk like that, but they are some of the greatest dudes in the world. And that Mojo ride was an amazing one, man. It once again, it introduced me to so much. And Stuck Mojo fans, you guys are some of the best fans in the world, man.
Fucking A! Hell yeah. Thank you! Thank you all for fun. Hell yeah!
Yes.
Look at me, you're just like, who is this big guy coming in here trying to replace Bones? And I was like, I'm not trying to replace Bones. I'm just filling in for a moment.
Yeah, but you were so likable. We had to accept you in. You did a great job filling in. You didn't fill in. You were the front man, so it's good.
But still, Bones was just like on another level. So That's my guy, man. I love him. And I'm still listen. I'm putting the pressure on him. So, Sean Delson, bass player. Okay, Rich Ward, Bones. Now I've had Corey on my show. I'm still waiting for these three guys. See, they're big timing me right now. They're big timing me.
Oh, okay.
I'm just like, what are you guys doing, man? Stop playing. Come on the show. And, maybe they're just waiting for me to get bigger. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they're waiting for me to get, good company big. So,
nah. You definitely need those guys on your show, man.
Listen, I'm just saying that to put the pressure on them when they watch it, because I know they watch.
Oh, I'm gonna send them this one little clip. And, there you go.
Man. Stop playing, no. But I'm looking forward to when I can have them on there, so we can just have a great conversation. So, last question that I have for you: what was the last song you just listened to? What was the last song you listened to?
Ooh, okay. Let me think. The last song so that would be today. What is the last song that I just listened to? Oh man, you're gonna have to give me 1 sec. Okay. In the meantime, let me reverse on you.
Okay.
You tell me the last song you listened to while I think about the last song I listened to.
The last song I listened to was my man Matt Acevedo. He's remixing one of our songs. It's a new song, and he just sent it to me right before I started this podcast. And I listened to it, and he's just tweaking the song. So that's what I'm not going to say what it is, but that's one of the songs that I was listening to. I was listening to one of my songs, A Plastic Catastrophe with Lord Nelson.
Do you like listening to yourself when you listen?
I probably listen more to me now. Being an artist, I listen more to me now than anything. Now, when I am driving somewhere, or I'm with my wife, or I'm with, when my kids are in town, and I'm in the vehicle, man, I've got my playlist going. And, whether it's through my Apple Music or Spotify, I'm playing, I have my rock music that I listen to, rock playlist. I have my R&B playlist. I have my jazz playlist, dance playlist. I have it all. The eclectic playlist, that's me. So whatever I'm in the mood for, or whatever I'm feeling at that time, man, I just like, hey, I want to listen to some Luther Vandross.
Oh, I love them, yeah. All right.
I want to listen to some Nirvana. That's just me. I'm everywhere.
I got my song.
Okay.
I remember now. I listened to it in the shower. Well, I shouldn't say that. Maybe we could cut that out. I'm just kidding. But no, it was a cover song. So it's kind of a long one. So let me explain it real fast. So the singer from Deftones, Chino Marino, has a side project called Crosses.
Okay.
Crosses covered a George Michael song.
Really?
Called One More Try.
Uh-huh.
I had to send it to you, and it was out of Chino's comfort zone because it is a heartbreaking ballad kind of song.
Really?
And so people out there, if you listen to this, Crosses, One More Try. George Michael has been getting cover songs, man. If you think Limp Bizkit did Faith, Seether did one. I can't remember the one with the saxophone song. I'll never. Anyway, last song I heard was Crosses, One More Try. And it's a good cover song, man.
And it's out, so I'm going to have to check it out, most definitely.
Oh, yeah. It's a breakup song for sure. It'll make you sad.
But look, man, once again, the skate deck,
yes.
the posters, the good company bag. Man, thank you, man.
Thank you, man.
Every time I look back there, man, it just takes me back to one of the greatest interviews, one of the greatest conversations was with Good Company. With Bolden. And listen,
wow, that means a lot.
My friends and my people, they're just like, they just enjoy it. and I know they were looking at me
Thank you.
Like, as beautiful as I am, but they were like your production of it in the way that you do the business. So,
thank you, man. I had a blast, but when we were on the lake, that was fun too, going on the dock and.
Yeah.
You were searching from Deftones.
Your idol.
Man, look who I'm with, man. Look who I'm with, man. No, stop playing. You know how unbelievable it is? And I got chills and stuff. You can't see this the big guy, but
man. You're a rock star.
Nah, man, I had to sit there and look at him, and he gave me some information. He and his beautiful wife for TikTok, and I took those things, and it's helped me out. And so I was just so appreciative of knowledge and information. And that's one thing that I like to do. I'm like a sponge when it comes to certain things like that. So when I look at these individuals who are on a grander scale, I'm paying attention to, being on
That's great.
Being on the bus with Shinedown and talking with those guys, and those guys are talking.
Oh, yes.
I'm just quiet. I'm just listening like, man, you guys have done it and you're doing it. So anyway, this is all about you, young man. And
yeah, I'm sorry, man. I got that interview mentality, man. I would have turned the table on you, man.
No. It's all beautiful, man. How would I expect anything else? Come on, man. It's what you So please share with my watchers and listeners all of your social media information so they can make sure that they are on point with you. Because you guys have got to watch this show. You metalheads,
please.
Rock and roll heads, I don't care who you are. Good Company with Bowling is the show you need to be watching. Yes, indeed.
Yes. Please. And like, if you go on YouTube, okay, I'll list them all out. But if YouTube, I'm not big time at all. I'm almost at 10,000 subscribers, just a couple of hundred away.
Okay.
Yeah, I could be right now. I don't know. But last time I checked, yeah. Well, anyway, if you could just subscribe to my YouTube channel for the love, I promise I won't let you down, man. You'll get great content. Just Good Company with Bowling. My last name's Bowling. So Good Company with Bowling, and I'm on Instagram, same Instagram, Facebook, even we have a webpage where we put all the audio podcasts, Good Company with Bowling. So come on.
Yes, indeed. And I call him Scott Super Bowling. Let's keep it real.
Hey, man, that is nice. You've never called me that before in my face.
Scott Super, I had right
Scott Super Bowling.
Scott Super Bowling, man.
Oh, I want to put that on a T-shirt, man. But I mean, be narcissistic, but I'll be like, hey, you picked it out, man.
That's not narcissistic. Listen, the Lord, it has nothing to do with being narcissistic, man. We're just promoting what we're doing, man.
Yes.
That's all it is. We're promoting what we're doing and enjoying what we do and trying to bring people the best content that we can. And so that's what's going on. So
absolutely.
Man, I just want to let you know once again that I was honored to have you. This has been another great episode. Being in your presence is a blessing. Thank you. I'm grateful. And
thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, it is yours truly, the Lord. Nelson, that is, from the podcast, Live and Loud with the Lord on the CMS Network with five Royals Entertainment, with the amazing, let me say that one more time, the amazing Scott Super Bowling. There we go. Yes, indeed. From the Good Company podcast. And it is one of the great podcasts out there, so make sure you check it out. Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. You're the best. You're the best, boss.
You're looking in the mirror, man. That's you, man.
No, man. Thank you so much, Lord Nelson. You're great, good people, man. Good people. Thank you.
Gentlemen, this is the Lord Nelson, that is, and you're on Good Company with Bowling, baby. Yeah.
Hey guys, my name's Scott Bowling, and today I'm with the Lord Nelson. Dude, thank you for being here, man.
Thank you, man.
I wore this fancy blazer just for you.
I like it, man.
You wore this vest for me.
Yeah. Is it Ralph Lauren?
Man, it's something.
Is it purple label?
Sure. Yeah, it's Ralph Lauren. Yeah.
They might not know what we're talking about. But it's all love.
I love this stuff, man.
With the Lord, full report, free of charge, can't afford to miss it. We won't be ignored. No need for knocking. Come on in, bring your family and your friends. Got you geeked and tuning in, YouTube watching or listening. Music is the major topic. Enjoy audio erotic. When the merch arrives, no copy. Help me monetize and profit. Mix the genres up like salads. Rock to reggae, break the balance.
Turn it up. You're listening to Live and Loud with the Lord Nelson, that is.